In what was supposed to be Taiwan's defining democratic moment against China's influence, voters have instead delivered a crushing blow to Taiwan's ruling party and their anti-China efforts. Let's break down what's happened without, of course, the Western spin. I've not heard this news, in fact, at all in the West. Absolutely infuriating, even though it covers a democratic exercise on the island that could be the flashpoint that triggers World War III. How are we... sorry. I know how we are not talking about it, because women's football this Sunday, BBC, thank you very much, is way more important. Now, the unprecedented mass recall vote targeting 24 opposition lawmakers from China-friendly, Kuomintang party in Taiwan. That's basically the topic. Basically, 24 pro-China guys sit as elected officials in Taiwan, but there's a democratic mechanism to boot them out even before their term ends if the public are sufficiently dissatisfied with them. Not just Kuomintang members, any members can be sort of booted out. It's like deposing a president you're just not happy with, like overthrowing him, but democratically. For 24 pro-China officials this month, that was triggered, a recall vote. It was historic. It is historic, but not in the way of being what the anti-China bloc actually wanted. It had spectacularly failed, with every single targeted Kuomintang politician, pro-China politician, surviving the purge attempt. Every single one. This wasn't just any ordinary election, guys. This was Taiwan's attempt to purge lawmakers accused of blocking defense spending, meeting with Chinese officials, and undermining the island's overall security against a apparently growing military threat from China. Now, they were upset with all that, so they asked for a recall vote. They said, let us boot our officials out because they're too pro-China for us. Some voters wanted it. They got it. They got the vote. They didn't get the vote to go in their favor. Groups backing the ruling, currently Democratic Progressive Party, the DPP, in Taiwan have branded their own efforts as anti-communist movement. So, anti-communist movement. They were desperate to remove what they saw as Beijing's collaborators from Taiwan's, mechanism of governance, Taiwan's legislature. The stakes couldn't have been higher. The legislature basically is a bunch of officials that gather around, work together to pass laws that then are implemented. The stakes were huge, right? They thought, if we can't remove these lawmakers who are blocking our efforts to oppose China, we'll just continue with the island drifting into China's sphere of influence, into China's orbit. And if successful, this recall vote could shift the balance of power, allowing Taiwan's government to push through tougher defense measures and keep to itself, distance itself from the mainland. Instead, the results reveal a different Taiwan now. Worse for the anti-China bloc than before the recall vote. It's a Taiwan reality now where the people are growing wary of constant anti-China rhetoric. They're getting fed up. And political warfare is not something they just want to carry on. It's almost like, guys, bear with me. Hear me out. It's crazy. It's almost like the Taiwanese, yeah? They're more and more wondering, why is this island aligned with the US tens of thousands of miles away when the Chinese mainland is just next door and may even offer economic benefits should this island pivot in that direction? It might be better for us. It's almost like, brace yourself again. It's a mad one, right? It's a hot take. It's like a... Brace yourself. Zero budget animation. It's almost like the Taiwanese people don't want to be caught between two great powers and be used as an American pawn, as an American aircraft carrier against China. Now back to this vote. With turnout reaching nearly 60%, Taiwanese voters sent a clear message that they're tired of this endless confrontation with China. They'd rather cooperate than put up walls with the mainland and ramp up defense spending needlessly. They'd rather work with China. The failed recall now guarantees, this is how it's worse now for the anti-China bloc than before. The failed recall now guarantees that these pro-dialogue, they call themselves, pro-China, called by the adversaries, pro-dialogue, often called pro-China lawmakers of the Kuomintang party, they're now protected from future removal attempts until 2028. Effectively cementing opposition control of the legislature. So Taiwan can't easily pass laws now that the Kuomintang are not happy about. For Beijing, watching quietly from across the Taiwan Straits, this outcome couldn't have been better. The politicians they actually talk to remain firmly in place, firmly in power, while Taiwan's government faces years more of legislative gridlock. They can't pass laws that the KMT are unhappy with. Naturally, because democracy didn't go very well here for the pro-West, anti-China cooperation bloc, it's seen as a failure. The democracy has failed. It's not seen as a demonstration of the will of the people and they graciously accept it. No, it's failed because, remember, democracy is only cherished if you choose correctly, boys and girls, right? We will tell you how to choose, then you freely choose that way. If you don't, election was rigged, absolutely infuriated. If you choose wrong, it's a manipulation. It's definitely not the will of the people. As the dust settles, though, on this democratic exercise, one thing is crystal clear. Taiwan's trajectory is to fall into China's orbit. If that fully materializes without the need for military confrontation, we could see unification, but without a single bullet fired. That, obviously, great, if it doesn't lead to the loss of civilian lives. But will the falling star, the ex-superpower has-been USA, allow for that outcome, unification, without confrontation? Or in a fit of panic and frustration with falling star syndrome, the Thucydides trap as political academics would call it, I call it falling star syndrome because it sounds nicer to me, will they, the US, then light a spark that sets the entire Pacific and perhaps the entire world ablaze? They might rather see the world burn than see unification between Taiwan and the Chinese mainland. Time will tell. And I'll be here to report to you the news and the analysis, unbiased and without the Western spin. I'm Mahfouz, and I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to like, don't forget to bookmark, don't forget to drop a comment telling me where you're watching from. It really does help. And actually, I love seeing the comments. You know, I'm watching from this place that absolutely Mahfouz you don't really know about. I'm watching from, you know, some Australian outback village. I'm watching from, you know, the highlands of the Himalayas. I'm like, wow, mashallah, so many people are watching from so many places. Love it. Keep sending it through, and I hope you enjoy my video. See you on the next one.